Everybody ready? You comfortable? Are you seriously, are you comfortable? Take your shoes off. Unless you're driving, don't do that. You want a sandwich? I got ham. I've got turkey. And I've got like an Italian kind of thing with bologna and salami and that kind of crap. You don't want that. It's full of nitrates. What would you like? Peanut butter jelly? Sure. Not a problem. Something to drink? Soft drink? Hard drink? Hard drink, huh? Well, I'm my kind of person.
On the air everywhere, this is New England Broadcasting.
Welcome to the Ron Van Dam Show. Hold on tight. Things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
You want a napkin? Do you need a napkin?
Whatever.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is. You're listening to the Ron Van Dam Show.
Sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, whatever your liquid libation may be in the morning, and join us as we take a look at the world around us. As much as it's a pleasure to be with you, the pleasure is actually all yours. And now, here's your host, Ron Van Dam.
Thank you very much, Julie. Welcome to the program. I am indeed Ron Van Dam. She wasn't lying. Thanks for being here. Just clean up after yourself. That's all I ask. You know, when the show's over sometimes, there's crumbs all over the floor. You don't put your plate in the sink. Come on, have a little respect. I try to be a good host. I'm a radio host, and I think part of being a host is making sure that you're well fed and you're comfortable. But damn it, clean up after yourself. Don't leave your garbage all over the place. It's disgusting. I won't do the show anymore if you're going to continue to be like that. Anyway, how are you? As you know, I said if you listen to the program, if you listen at all, unless I'm just background noise for you, my birthday was a couple of days ago. What a horrible experience that was. It was just overwhelming. First of all, I assume I have a lot of friends. I didn't know that. I had no idea because I don't keep up on that. I'm not a real lover of the human race. They disappoint me. So I'm not into them that much. I know that there are people around me. When I'm walking around, go out in public, I see other human beings walking around, so I assume that's okay. But I try to avoid contact, certainly. But on my birthday, people are nice to me all of a sudden. And actually, they're nice to me all the time. But on my birthday, I guess I just recognize it. And there were four different occasions within the space of 2 days that people presented me with a birthday cake. Luxurious birthday cakes. Nothing that you get from a supermarket or anything like that. I'm talking about like high-class bakeries. Birthday cakes with chocolate mousse inside. I mean, incredibly lush, cholesterol, sugar-killing foodstuffs. And, you know, if someone gives you a cake, what do? You eat it. And I wanted to because I don't eat cake. I'm not a cake man. I stay away from sugars because sugars are poison. I learned that when I was a little kid. I have the sugar in everything, so I do eat sugar. I'm not a diabetic or anything, but I don't, sugar makes me sick. I just don't like it. It's too much. So don't eat it every day. Never eat desserts. Well, anyway. So these cakes are presented to me, and out of courtesy and out of want, I eat the cake. And about a half an hour later, my body is saying, you idiot, you fool, you idiot. I know, but it's my birthday. That happened 4 times in the space of 2 days. On the 3rd day, I was as sick as a dog. My stomach was killing me. I was having convulsions. I was having nightmares that Trump was president. It was horrible. It's horrible. But the one thing that I didn't do on my birthday, of which I am most proud, I'm not supposed to, but I have like 5 Facebook accounts. Ron, you're not supposed to do that. I know. But I have them. And when you add them all together, there's a lot of people that call themselves my friends. They're not my friends. What one does on their birthday is you go to Facebook and all 5 accounts, and there's hundreds of people wishing you a happy birthday, whom I've never met before in my life. Some of them are probably not even from this country. I don't even know who they are. Apparently, a good number of them want to meet up with me and have sex, and they send me their pictures in a very alluring fashion. I don't believe it's real. Some of my friends on Facebook are people that I haven't seen in 600 years. Aristotle is a close friend of mine who follows me. It's weird. It's just weird stuff. But what people do on their birthdays, in order to feel like they belong in society, they go to Facebook to read the hundreds and thousands of people saying happy birthday. You see, I don't need that in my life. The more people that say happy birthday to me and consider themselves to be my friends, the more I buck the system. So I didn't go on Facebook at all. Not at all. Sitting there in my computer are hundreds and hundreds of congratulations, Ron, happy birthday. Most of them had to probably search to see what my name is. Some of them don't know what I look like, don't give a crap, but it's something you do because apparently you're a Facebook friend whom I don't know. None of my friends would take a bullet for me, much less Nico Gonzalez from Argentina, whom I don't know. Nico, do we meet in a bar or somewhere in Pakistan? I mean, what's going on with that? Who are you? I follow you. I'm one of your close friends. First of all, stop following me. Secondly, you're not one of my close friends. That's actually impossible. I don't have many, if any, close friends. So the fact you call yourself a friend is virtually impossible. So I have not gone on to the Facebook thing at all. And I'm not going to. Because most of those congratulatory things are just very basic. It's just happy birthday, Ron. Sometimes I don't even put my name in. It's just happy birthday. Then I get a lot of, and I didn't look this year, I guarantee you, I get a lot of e-cards. You know, the things where no one really can afford to put a stamp on something and send it to me. Granted, they don't know where I live, and for that, it shall stay. So they email me these cards. Humorous, thank you. Very nice. I don't know. I sound like a curmudgeon. I'm really not. It's just social media has just killed any type of relationship or back and forth that you can have with another person. It has bastardized relationships. And as long as that's the case, the bastardization shall remain the same for this bastard. But thank you to anybody that sent me a Facebook happy birthday. I assume it was very nice of you. Okay, let's move on. Ron, you're a pretty sour person. Yeah, I know. Tell me something I don't know. For years, for over a decade, probably a decade and a half, twice a day, I have been taking a fish oil pill to get my fill of omega-3 fatty acids. My mother got me started on that. She said, Ron, you've got to take omega-3 fatty acid pills every day. Fish oil is the miracle. I said, why, Mom? She said, do you know how many fish there are? I said, no, I guess a lot in the ocean. She said, yes, that's because of fish oil. I said, wow, I guess you're right. My mother said she was taking fish oil for decades. She developed cancer and passed away. But still, I thought, well, okay, well, I'll do the fish oil anyway, and I did. And there you have it. I was also told to take vitamin D, especially in the winter, because vitamin D is supplied by the sun, first of all, of which I'm supposed to stay out of. Because my skin is apparently very white and very sensitive. Even turning on a 30-watt bulb will probably give me some type of skin thing. So I'm supposed to stay out of the sun. As you know, don't lie on the beach and baste yourself like a turkey. It's pretty much what my doctor said to me. So I don't. So I take vitamin D. I've been doing that for years. Lo and behold, yesterday, I received this report from the New England Journal of Medicine. As I am in the media, I get these reports normally on a daily basis. Believe me, being a member of the media is not fun. I've been a member of the media for about 30 years, which is amazing because I'm only like 17 years old. And I am inundated in my head with all this information, of which I forget most of it. Or it just kind of osmosis goes through me and goes out the other end like piss. The New England Journal of Medicine suggests that there may yet be some use for fish oils, but only when recommended in high doses. Let me cut through to the chase here. The New England Journal of Medicine, a very extensive, the most extensive research on the effects of fish oil, omega-3 fatty acids, was completed, and the results are, the survey says, if you take fish oil pills, omega-3 fatty acids, it doesn't do anything. What? It doesn't do anything. The only time fish oil, omega-3 fatty acids do anything is in a highly concentrated situation, as prescribed by a doctor, and even then, not so much. But I thought they were good for you. They are good for you. But do they prevent cancer? No. Do they prevent heart attacks? No. Definitively? You sure? Yeah. That's what the New England Journal of Medicine says after this report. Vitamin D? No. Doesn't do anything. You take the supplements, they don't do anything. Now, if you eat fish 2 or 3 times a week, that's good. But taking supplements in your mouth, in pill form, sorry, the news is not good. As a matter of fact, and I love this, most people, and it's a quote from the New England Journal of Medicine, most people buying supplements like fish oil and vitamin D are giving themselves very expensive urine, quote unquote, which means when you take these supplements in pill form, they go into your body. They're really not consumed by any parts of your body. You just piss them out. And if you take multivitamins, that's very interesting. And I used to take multivitamins. I kind of don't because I'm lazy, because the pills are so big. If you take multivitamins and you go to the bathroom like just 2-3 hours later, your pee is orange. Do you know why? That's the food dye and the vitamins going through your body really quickly. It's really not absorbed very well. if you do take fish oil or any type of stuff, you're supposed to take it with food because food helps absorb the supplements. But not effective. Not effective. I couldn't believe that. The best way to get your supplements is to get these vitamins through foods. And that's it. And they said, does exercise really make a difference? Not really. It takes about 30 minutes to burn about 300 calories. And then after you exercise, you're damn hungry. So what do? You eat 300 calories. I mean, exercise is good for you. It's good for your circulation. It makes you healthy. Lose weight? Not really. Not really. The only way to lose weight is not to take in so many calories. Eat less calories. Have some discipline. And I'll raise my hand. I have none. Thank you very much. So that's the sad news. I was so excited about 5 years ago. A report came out in a journal of medicine, and they said, as you recall, that drinking a glass of wine a day was actually very good for you because of a certain ingredient in red wine. Around that time, another report came out that said vodka is good for you in moderation because it contains the least number of calories. And it's absorbed a bit differently. My life was full. Red wine, vodka. This is why I read. Recently, another report comes out that says, are you having a glass of wine every day? Yes, because it's supposed to be healthy and I enjoy it. That's not good. That's too much wine. Okay, wait a second now. Wait, how much wine am I supposed to? Maybe 2-3 glasses a week. Excuse me. I'm a human being. That's not the way I live. 2 or 3 glasses of wine a week, and that's it? What am I supposed to do for the rest of the week? Sit there and stare at the wall? I mean, come on, man. I will sit and stare at the wall, but only with wine in my hand. Or a glass of it. So that's kind of a sad thing. It's like when I was growing up, there was talcum powder, and as a when you were a baby, your mother, I don't think your father did it too much. Your mother would throw talcum powder on your crotch, and it would dry up your crotch area so that you weren't all moist and stupid. And every baby had talcum powder up their ass for their entire childhood. Now they find that the Johnson & Johnson company, which was the maker really of talcum powder around that time. Now you can have a lawsuit against them if you can prove that you've developed some type of cancer or illness from using talcum powder. And here again. And as you recall, and I don't know how many of you know this, but the U.S. military used to buy and force-feed cigarettes to soldiers back in World War I, World War II. The government actually supplied cigarettes and handed them packs and said, smoke them, you're in the military. And now we find out cigarettes, not a great idea. Will you people make up your minds? Please, you're confusing me. Big time. My guest joins us right after we take a break. I'm telling you, man, I'm just, I don't know what the hell's going on anymore.
Ron Van Dam likes to treat every listener as someone with whom he is having an intimate, personal relationship. Although no money changes hands, there are fewer sticky bodily fluids, about half as many apologies, and he probably won't have to get rid of your body in the long run. Other than that, it's a pretty standard relationship for Ron. You're listening to The Ron Van Dam Show.
Good morning. Dr. Amanda Hunt is a PhD, a portfolio manager for epilepsy research, Department of Veterans Affairs of Research and Development. And Dr. Paul Rutecki is an MD, and he joins us. He's a neurologist and an I can't even say it. I'm not even going to bother. Anyway, we know what you do. We're talking about veterans because of the holiday coming up. But is epilepsy more prevalent among veterans? Why so much as far as this category is concerned?
Well, good morning. This is Amanda. November is actually National Epilepsy Awareness Month, and of course November 11th is Veterans Day. Information about epilepsy is especially important to veterans. They are at a higher risk for developing epilepsy.
And is that because of combat situations?
That could be one reason. We do know that people who have experienced a mild TBI, that is a traumatic brain injury, are actually at a higher risk for developing epilepsy in the future.
All right. Now, not all of us are familiar with the signs of epilepsy or what exactly that is and what causes that. What's actually happening in the body?
Yeah, so epilepsy is a condition of recurrent seizures, and seizures are episodes where the brain electrical activity basically storms up and creates change in behavior or consciousness. And in a full-blown generalized tonic-clonic seizure, someone actually will stiffen up and have rhythmic jerking with excessive salivation, and obviously that can lead to injury just from falling.
But it doesn't have to be as pronounced as that?
That's correct. In fact, the more common seizures usually begin in one area of the brain, and then they may spread. And depending on the area of the brain that the seizure starts in, there may be abnormal perceptions, let's say, in terms of vision, or it may actually be things like feeling deja vu, like you've been somewhere before.
Okay, yeah. Are many incidents of it more damaging? In other words, every time that a condition like that occurs or seizure occurs, that it is making the entire condition worse or not?
That's a very good question. It is somewhat debatable, but most people feel that the more seizures you have, the more you will continue to have seizures, and that also there may be some degree of neuronal loss or neuronal damage with many, many seizures. And that's certainly true in animals. We're not as clear about that in people. Okay.
What if someone suspects, a veteran or otherwise, that they may have the beginnings of this condition?
So that's an important question, and obviously in the VA we have a very good network of primary care physicians, and that's usually where most people have their contacts regarding their care, and discussing that with their physician, and they can ask for a referral to a neurologist, and most of the time epilepsy is diagnosed by a neurologist or occasionally an emergency room physician.
Okay.
And that involves further testing and talking to the patient about their symptoms.
All right. Just out of curiosity, how does epilepsy differ from Parkinson's? Are they different forms of the same effect in the body?
Amanda, I'll let you take that one.
So they have epilepsy and Parkinson's disease have very different mechanisms. Epilepsy is the neurons are firing inappropriately, and in Parkinson's you actually have neurons that are being inhibited. They're degenerating, and so that stops movement.
All right. Okay. Usually it's a family member or a friend that would start pointing this out to an individual. I'm going to assume that if you feel that you may have this condition on some level, that a person might say, "Oh, I'm okay," or I wouldn't say be delusional about it, but kind of not recognize the effects of it, where someone outside your body would see that more so. Is that true?
Yeah, I would say that's true. so many people, they don't remember their seizures.
Okay.
They may remember something at first, but they don't really know what happens. So it's really only some other person observing them that would really be able to give you that information. And in fact, that's what we train our neurologists to do, is to really take the extra time, make a phone call, and talk to someone who's observed one of these episodes.
And I guess the only way you can find out and be diagnosed properly is, of course, to see a physician. But are there other conditions that could mock the effects of epilepsy?
There are, and there are a number of very common conditions that get misinterpreted as epilepsy, and that would be fainting. So someone who's getting their blood drawn and faints. We call that a vasovagal episode.
Okay.
There are some people who have cardiac arrhythmias where they may pass out because their heart is not working properly. And then, unfortunately, in the VA population, more so perhaps, although it's also true in the general population, people have behaviors that look like seizures, but are not, and are related to more psychological factors.
Right.
And we call those psychogenic non-epileptic seizures. And in the VA population, that tracks to some extent with diagnoses like PTSD.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's why the way that we regard and treat veterans when they come back is it's so important, because they've gone through more than most of us could ever imagine sitting on our couch and watching television. I mean, I don't mean to be flip about it, but I mean, there's just a whole different slew of traumas that these people go through. And fortunately, we've kind of just started to recognize these situations, kind of long coming, and in proper treatment of these things.
Yeah, it is a challenge, and our veterans are put into positions of life-threatening situations, which primes the brain to have a lot of other memories.
Absolutely.
That may be very aberrant and create problems in their day-to-day life.
I can't imagine not having paranoia accordingly, like always looking over your shoulder. I mean, being trained to do that, and then going back into life in this country. And although these days maybe we should be paranoid, but that's a whole nother subject. Won't get into that. Where can we get more information, which is pretty important here?
Absolutely. So we have a website, of course. Our website is research.va.gov, and more specifically, epilepsy.va.gov. And you can find out what research we're doing, also where you can find local care near you. Comprehensive overview of all of our research projects and the questions we're trying to solve.
Excellent. Well, among the three of us, I'm the only one that's not a doctor, so I appreciate the information from you. And anybody who's listening that has any kind of questions or any kind of concern, do contact. Thank you so much for your time today.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
This is going to seem very trivial, but whatever. Yesterday, I broke down and went to a Taco Bell. I usually don't do that because it is the devil's den. So I went in there, and they had a value menu. For $1, I could get a soft taco. So I ordered 2 of them. I figured $2. I'm doing all right. I can afford that. And I asked for the soft taco because the hard taco thing at Taco Bell, as soon as you take one bite, it crumbles and it gets all over your pants. And the last thing I want is taco juice on my pants. It can easily be misconstrued for something else. So I ordered 2 soft tacos, please. And after waiting what seemed like 3 hours, but was probably 3 minutes, they put the soft tacos in the bag. It was to go, of course. I will not eat in those restaurants, quote unquote, establishments. I will not eat inside them. They have a little area where they have free things you can take. It's not supposed to be free things you can take. It's supposed to be accessories and condiments, such as little packets of salsa and hot sauce. Hey, it's free. So I took some of those, took some napkins because I figured I might need them. And then there were some spoons or forks. I couldn't figure out what they were. They were black plastic utensil wrapped in a clear cellophane thing, and I took about 5 of those. Got in the car, started eating the soft taco, and immediately looked down at my pants. Taco juice, taco meat all over my pants. Damn those Taco Bell people. Damn them. A soft taco, can you just fold over the ends so things don't drip out? Please, a lot of people eat this Taco Bell stuff in their car. Let's get it together. All over my pants, ladies and gentlemen. All over my pants. But when I got home, removed my pants to put them in the washing machine, I went through that little bag of goodies that I took, the area that was free for you to take area, and I opened up one of these cellophane little wrappings, and inside was something called a spork. And I stopped. I stopped in my tracks, and I stared at this marvel of ingenuity. It's a spoon, a plastic spoon, with a little cutout at the end of the spoon that made it look like a fork. You could use it as a fork or a spoon. It was a spork. Not a foon, but a spork. I couldn't believe it. Out of all the incredible inventions, the cell phone, the television, landing on the moon, incredible inventions. Here was the simplest of them all, which just floored me. It's a spoon and a fork all in one. What could I ever need again? A snife? A spife? A noon? Maybe a knife combination would have been nice, but plastic knives don't cut anything anyway, so there's no point to them. A fork and a spoon all in one. To this day, when I wake up in the morning, I go, a spoon and a fork in the same thing. Isn't life beautiful? Who invented this? Who did this? They should be getting the Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, Edison invented some incredible stuff, but nothing like the spork or the foon, whatever. That's where magic occurs. Through the mind. The invention of the most important moments of our lives. Spoon, fork, I don't know, whatever. Incredible. I wish you peace.